So a Michigan man has been arrested and charged after police say he drove 10 hours to Bensalem to his ex-girlfriend's new love interest's home and then set it on fire.
It's a lot to follow with this one. So police say the fire happened early on February 10th, just before 5:30 a.m. So PHL 17's Alyssa Cristelli is live for us in the studio this morning, breaking down all of these details.
Yeah, quite a lot of details and just a heartbreaking story, Jenna and Kelsey. We know that inside that Bensalem home was a family that was sound asleep, and police say the suspect's ex-girlfriend told him about an online relationship she was currently in with a 22-year-old who lived inside the home. Then the suspect decided to drive more than 700 miles to come there to the home. Now take a look at this video. Flames spewing out of this home on the 5200 block of Merganser Way. Bensalem Police say the fire started at around 5 a.m. on February 10th as 6 people were inside. Some of those residents had to jump out of the second-story windows to escape the flames. Now police say that this is the man responsible, 21-year-old Harrison Jones, who allegedly drove over 730 miles and 11 hours from Michigan to set the home on fire. Now police caught Jones on surveillance, getting out of his car and walking towards the home. Minutes later, he's seen running from it as smoke pours out of the home before driving right back to Michigan. Now, police say neighbors' surveillance video helped them pick up a license plate and identify Jones as their suspect. Officials say 2 dogs died in the fire, but all 6 adults inside the home got out alive.
This is a family's worst nightmare, to be asleep in their home, not knowing that a stranger broke into their home and attempted to take their lives by setting their home on fire.
This family was extremely lucky to survive this. It is clear to us that Mr. Jones had murderous intentions that evening.
Now we know Jones is still in custody in Michigan awaiting extradition back here to Pennsylvania. He is charged with 6 counts of attempted homicide and arson, among other charges. Reporting live in the studio, Alyssa Cristelli, PHL.
Okay, Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Kohologimla, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakahakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and thereby the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Hanan the Waf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And, hey, that jealousy is a bad boy. You really have to, vet these women these days because, they can get you in some shit. But considering what this guy done, he's probably crazier than a motherfucker anyway. And she probably just really needed to get the fuck away from him because if he would go through the lengths of doing some shit like this, ain't no telling what he was doing, but hey, the scriptures talks about a woman, a man's wife is basically his property. That's scriptural, man. So, when a woman marries a man, you got to just say, that's a wrap. You got to just leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? But now, with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he has laws and shit, that pretty much overall protect these women, man. A lot of the times they be adulterous. I'm not saying that's the situation with this. But if he was the first one to sleep with her, that's his wife. Scripturally, a woman cannot deal with another man until her husband dies, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? If the very first man that ever gets with her, pops her cherry, so to speak, that's her husband for life. But here in the Americas, motherfuckers can sleep with. You got a so-called white woman. I think she just slept with like 1,000 niggas. She slept with like 1,000 dudes in one day. That's the type of shit you can do now as a woman. As far as, you know what I'm saying, Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter Babylon, which this bitch is not no daughter, you know what I'm saying, as far as like this land wise, this place is wicked as hell, man, and it just is what it is. It's done breeded a lot of wickedness. It's an infectious place. It's like it's really a nasty place, man. America is not a good place, man, and the scriptures describe it as so. But let me get this real quick. Proverbs 6:32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. So this guy, the new guy, where he drove all the way to Pennsylvania, the new guy that's dealing with the woman. And he may not even have known. But then again, he probably knew, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, in the Americas, it's nothing for a man to know that, you know, a woman is with another man. And he don't give a fuck. He'll just, you know, ride it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck, bitch, what? You know what I'm saying? What you trying to do? And, you know, in these Americas, Babylon the Great, they protect women that say, hey, you know what? Shit, yeah, I would love a good time. I would love to, you know, yeah, I have a man, but yeah, you know, would you like me to, you know, take my wedding ring off, you know, while I'm doing it? These dudes don't care. No, keep your wedding ring on. You know, just as a extra little oomph to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get a kick out of this shit, man. But let me read that back again. Proverbs 6:32. But whosoever committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. So this guy lacked understanding. You know? Because guess what? Everybody in his house could have been killed from this situation. The house is gone. Where you about to go? What you think you about to start a GoFundMe? And it'll be some stupid ass people that'll throw some money together to support this shit. You know what I'm saying? But your house is gone. 6 other people is in the house. This guy is being tried for attempted murder. And it didn't even say where the fuck she was. I don't even know if she was in the house. Verse 33, it says, a wound and a dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. Now this is the point. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. This motherfucker drove 730 miles to burn this guy's house down. 730 miles, bro. Now, mind you, but this is, you know, all of America's crashing out. But let's just go back real quick, right? Let me see. Because in reality, I mean, you know, typically...
First reviews as an unbiased team that...
Typically, this would be your American sweetheart white boy. You know what I'm saying? You know, America, they done placed their... You know, these so-called white people on the pedestal of being blonde-haired, blue-eyed, so to speak. And, you know, they you know, this will be your typical, let's see. I want to get to the picture of this guy and pause it. Let me see. Where's the picture of this guy? Here you go, right here. Right? So let's pause it right there, right? Uh-oh. Here. This will be your typical white boy right here. See? See him? Now, America, you know, these so-called white people, they're dying off quicker than they're being born. You think they would grab white guys like this up, right? And we say white, but they're not actually white. You know what I'm saying? You can see the arrow over it, the play arrow over his face. That, you know what I'm saying? He's not that color. You know, they're not, you know, the same color as a glass of milk or snow or the clouds in the sky. You know what I'm saying? They're actually pinkish to reddish in color. These are Edomites, and this is Edomite activity right here. Because these Edomites, hey, look, this is the nature of these people. He'll drive state to state to state to state to state, damn near 1,000 miles to go and do some shit like this. Guess how brutal they was to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans when they was whipping your back end during slavery. Imagine him being a slave owner. And this is why we say to walk circumspectly. Be circumspect, you know what I'm saying? Because the scripture says to walk circumspectly, redeeming the time, because the days are evil, you know? Walk wisely. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I don't want to butcher it. Let's get it. Ephesians 5:15. Because if you come across somebody like this right here, they'll gun your ass down, man, with no problems. And that's coming. These so-called white people, they ready to go. Ephesians 5:15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. And see, people like this right here, these Edomites, and that's just in general. When it comes to us as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you for damn sure nothing to a guy like this. It's nothing for him to gun your ass down just for looking at him, you know. This guy drove damn near 1,000 miles to go and burn down And so now you're gonna extradite his ass back. But then again, I mean, this is they nation, man. You know what I'm saying? This is their kingdom. He may not get no. They're gonna do something to him, you know, and he won't give a fuck. But they're gonna be lenient to this guy. They're not gonna give him, you know, his lawyer is gonna offer, argue that, he, was he was distraught. He had a mental breakdown. But motherfucker, you traveled that long. You had plenty of time to think it out. But they're still gonna be able to argue it. Because what did we see with the guy in New York? Remember the guy in New York that choked out the guy on the subway? That motherfucker looked like a regular old Joe Blow guy. But guess what? When he went to court, they dyed his hair blonde. He had these little curly locks and shit. Looked like he went to the most expensive salon in New York. You know, they're going to throw this guy in a suit and tie. They're going to fix his hair up. They're going to make him look like he's, and then you're going to probably see some bitches talking about how he's the most attractive inmate in the world. You know how that goes. There's been a lot of that going on as well. You know what I'm saying? He's the attractive. Oh, look at him. He's so fucking, like, what kind of bitch would leave him? And this is the way that they get now, man. But Esau don't have no game. And actually, what they're going through is what we've been going through as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American men, especially the so-called black man, because our women don't have no respect for us, man. Never, it's been since we've been here. And why? It's been because the slave drive, going back to slavery. This guy putting our women against us, you know what I'm saying? And then, coming on up into the, the modern age as far as Section 8 food stamps and things of that nature, and telling our women, hey, look, you don't need that nigga, man. We'll take care of you. So now they're starting to deal the same way, I mean, it's not like, crimes are never going down, as far as like white people. I'm not saying it like that, but I'm like today, them being baby mamas and baby daddies and all that shit, that was something that they set up for us. But now they're starting to be crushed by it. But this is your typical, you think this guy right here, he would have had like 20 bitches, 30 bitches, 40 bitches, 50 bitches, 100 bitches. He could have been pumping one of these chicks up a day and had 100 kids in 100 days. 2-3 of them a day. And repopulating their, what I'm saying, their communities, man, because they're dying off quicker than they're being born. Here he go. He's crashing out over one bitch. I like to see what this bitch look like. Look at this shit, man. Of course, they're not gonna they probably not gonna show her. Here you go. Oh, Salaki. I didn't even know they had this full-fledged picture of his ass. Look at him. They gonna dye his hair blonde. They gonna, throw him. They gonna get him a new, a nice little Armani suit, and they gonna make him look like Jesus. They dye his hair blonde. I guess he can flow with the eyes. They probably throw some blue contacts in his fucking eyes, and try and make it seem as if this guy's Jesus Christ, right? He drove 2021 black Volkswagen Passat, and then this doofy motherfucker didn't even have sense enough to take the plates off the car, which was his dad's car. The plates registered back to his dad. Doofy ass motherfucker, you ain't have sense enough to take the plates off the car, stupid. And they probably would have put it together just in general with the car. You know what I'm saying? He could have parked the fucking car around the fucking corner. Or downtown city, somewhere. He couldn't have been that close to the damn house, because they gonna, ring doorbell, cameras gonna pick up on you. He should have had that car somewhere at a point where he was willing to walk 10 miles damn near to get back to the car. This doofy motherfucker, man. Anyway, and this is 5 o'clock in the morning, so yeah, they caught a break, man. But hey, what the scripture talks about, how one of those spirits of vengeance is the Lord created spirits of vengeance, and one of those spirits is Salakia. One of those spirits is fire. Ecclesiasticus 39:28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire, that's the very first one on the list. And hail, and famine, and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Right? So one of those spirits of vengeance is fire. Why did he think of fire? He could have ran off in there with the pistol. He could have pulled a school shooting, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, them Edomites don't mind. They don't have no problems, man. Gunning your ass down, and not even their own people. They don't have no problems with that. Okay, so yeah, they're gonna extradite his ass back there. They're gonna get his ass. Let's play a little bit of this. Let's see. Salaki, I know they probably gonna
Healthcare.
Yeah, they gonna throw one of these goddamn commercial. The fuckers always trying to sell you a goddamn pill. Okay, so it says he was in an online relationship. Esau through, man. Jones' ex-girlfriend was supposed to come from Michigan to... Oh, okay. So the guy that the house got burnt down. Let me see here.
Glenn Vandegrift with the Bensalem Township Police Department. We're here today to announce the arrest of Harrison Jones, who lives in Rockford, Michigan, for attempted homicide, arson, and related offenses. You see, we have a group up front here today. I would like to recognize Bucks County District Attorney Jennifer Shorn, the Mayor of Bensalem Township, Joseph DiGirolamo, Bensalem Township Director of Public Safety, William McVey, members of the Police Command Staff, Deputy District Attorney A.J. Garabidian, members of the Bensalem Township Police Criminal Investigations.
Luckily, all survived. All were released. They were all suffering from smoke inhalation and all had to be transported to local hospitals for their condition. Luckily, all survived. All were released from the hospital. All were minor injuries, with one sustaining serious injuries of smoke inhalation. Unfortunately, 2 dogs died in the fire. At the time the fire...
Esau mad about them dogs. They'll be because during slavery, Esau loved his dogs more than he loved Negroes, man. For real. I was just at Walmart and shit, damn so-called white boy standing there at the door, you know what I'm saying, from the Humane Society, trying to talk to me about some damn, I don't know, bro, I don't have no dogs. I'm not, well, the dogs are cold. Yeah, all right.
The fire started, all the residents in the house were sleeping. This is obviously a nightmare for anyone. The mother of the house reported to police that she heard suspicious noises coming from the first floor of the residence. She believed it to be her adult son. She walked out of her bedroom to investigate and saw what she believed to be the son walking down the steps. It was later determined that was not the son. It was a stranger in the residence. She went back to her room and the suspicious noises continued. At 5:17, she exited the room and walked downstairs to discover fire in the kitchen and in the living room, along with the floor of the house. At that point, she took immediate action and evacuated all the residents of the house, one of which had to jump from...
Okay, so another thing comes to mind. How's he just in the house? How's he just there? You know how he's just there? Because more than likely they had the doors unlocked. You know why the doors are unlocked? Because Esau lives in his own kingdom and he's safe in these particular types of places. They're safe in their dwellings, man. They're not worried about nobody walking into their homes and shit like that. They're quick to tell you, well, nothing has ever happened like that here. That type of shit.
From the second story. Police and fire began their investigation immediately, and the cause of the fire was determined to be an arson, as it was believed to be intentionally set. Surveillance video from the street played a significant part in this investigation. At 5:01 in the morning on February 10th, a dark-colored Volkswagen Passat pulls up at the intersection of Merganser Way and Mauer Drive. A subject exits the vehicle and goes to the rear.
Okay, so we got enough of that. But let me just read this part. Investigators said they later determined Jones was the ex-boyfriend of a Michigan woman who was currently in an online relationship with a 22-year-old man living in Pennsylvania, in the Pennsylvania home. Jones's ex-girlfriend was supposed to come from Michigan to Bensalem to meet her love interest in person for the first time this week. And homeboy caught wind of that shit. Jones was arrested in Michigan and is awaiting extradition. So, okay, we got that part, but look at the house. The house gone. 2 dogs inside were killed, you know. But anyway, now, do you think that this chick told this guy that she was in a relationship with this man? More than likely not. More than likely not. And that's your American way, man. That's your American dream now. You know what I'm saying? And let me get this, because Esau is starting to really reap what he has sown in the planet. Because this was shit that, you know, Jake would go through and still go through to this day. But this was, you know, don't get me wrong. Like I said, you know, it's throughout history of mankind, there's always been some shit when it comes to a woman. But Esau, the so-called white man, a guy like this right here, he would have, let's go back to maybe the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, before the 1970s and shit like that. This guy would have went to work with his suit and tie on, his hair slicked back. He'd have came home. Wife would have had a motherfucking apple pie in the windowsill cooling off, because she know what time he's coming home. His pipe and his slippers, you know. She bring, you know what I'm saying, and you know, he go into the living room. He's, you know, everything is, you know, catered out. You know, you go back into the days, you know, there was a time when that woman, she was really on that tip, you know what I'm saying, as far as serving her man. That shit is a wrap. These motherfuckers out here dressing like complete sluts, complete whores, and they going wild. I remember they used to have these videos back in the days. What was it? Damn, I forgot what they was called. Oh, Girls Gone Wild. And it was nothing but so-called white girls in those videos, man. Hey, that guy made a fortune off of that shit too. I think he ended up getting sued. You know, because the dudes is just out there, you know, with video cam. That's when the camcorder first came out. And the guy, you know, he was on spring break. And I think that's how he ended up getting popping. You know, he was taking videos of when these chicks go on spring break. That's why, hey, we know, we tell you brothers, man, your woman, hey, she can be bought at any price. But this was the very first time when, matter of fact, you know what? This is when, well, I ain't gonna, they always been wild, but they kind of got a little more, let me just put in Girls Gone Wild. This was back, I'm trying to think what year that was. But they used to be in them videos going hard. And the guy, he had like, I think you would buy like behind the scene footage, you know, like that, you know, when they was really, really doing the thing. I think that's how he ended up getting sued. By some of these, yep, here we go right here. It was a lawsuit. When was this? Let me see. This has been a while back, man. Girls Gone Wild settles with exposed women. This was the guy right here. Girls Gone Wild. Founder Joe Francis arrives at the 2012 MTV Movie Awards in Los Angeles. A woman whose breasts were filmed on Girls Gone Wild without her consent has settled with the porn video maker. She got $6 million out of that shit. Hold on, is this trying to think what happened with this guy. Let me see though. Yep, this is The Guardian. And this one, I guess somebody done like a documentary or something on it. Because this is it right here. Girls Gone Wild in the Wikipedia franchise. See? And they really was going wild. That was in the 1990s, almost 2000. This was when the DVD first came out. He had over 300 films from 97 to 2013. Girls Gone Wild was known for its early use of direct response marketing techniques, including its late night infomercials that began airing in 1997. The videos typically involved a camera crew at party locations engaging young college-age women who expose their bodies or act wild, especially during spring break. Since 2008, the Girls Gone Wild product have been sold primarily through their website as streaming videos, downloads, and DVDs. Yeah, though, hey. And this was kind of like, I mean, it was beyond the Freaknik, because, I think now they got that new, documentary as far as like the Freaknik. But, of course, Freaknik, it was just, hey, this place is a nasty place, man. So, when the apostles say, that's not your woman, it's just your turn. you really gotta just kind of just roll with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to think of their woman being banged, you know what I'm saying, and her head hitting the headboard, or some other dude just knocking her down, but hey, man, it just is what it is, man. If you can't handle that, just is what it is, man. You're living in America. And just throughout the world where Esau, the so-called white man, runs shit, man. That shit is everywhere. That's rampant, man. He's not capable of running the kingdom. See, we had laws, statutes, and commandments, set up for stuff like this, man. Where if your woman, she just, she commits adultery on you, yeah, his ass will be put to death, and her ass will be put to death. But sounded like this guy may not have even known. She met this dude online and was ready to go to Pennsylvania. Somehow this guy caught wind of it. He probably seen the computer shit, or probably, tapped into her phone. Look at this clown, man. You should have just been like, well, bitch, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? And had you a couple of extra bitches on the side. But guess what? In America, Esau's kingdom, he pushes the man to only be with one woman while she's just out here doing whatever she wants to do. If we get wind of it, I try and keep up with it. If I see anything else on it, I'll try and report on it. But I'm willing to bet you they're going to dye this guy's hair blonde. They're going to take him, I don't know how they do that. But typically, a lawyer can argue that, they want their client to look good, so to speak. If they don't dye his hair blonde, they're going to make him up. He's going to be in that motherfucking suit and tie. He's going to be America's heartthrob, when trials really go down. I can't see him running out, coming out. He might come to the first parts of it in the orange jumpsuit. But other than that, and I don't see no comments. Let me see if there's some comments. No comments yet. This is another story, because it could be a couple other reports on it. But this shit is retarded, bro. I'm not driving that goddamn far to even see a bitch. Not unless I'm going to drive that far to go and commit a crime. Are you fucking out of your mind, bro? No chick is worth nothing like that, man. I would really love to see what this chick looked like. And even it don't make no difference what she looked like. Who would be so goddamn stupid to do some shit like this, bro? But this is Esau. See, you got the YNs, what they call them young niggas. But hey, I'm telling you, man, Esau is way wilder than our people could ever be, man. But they just don't put it out there like that, And see, stories like this, they hit online because they're so horrendous and it's so out there. Because overall, the people are warned and immune to all the crime and stories that they hear. It's just like, she was pregnant when she got her throat slat. It's just regular shit to people. So when you see stuff like this, they actually put stuff like this out because it sounds so dramatic. It's like, damn, and people, what's going on in the world? What's good, so now everybody, hey, this place is a horrible place, man. You get caught up in Esau shit you want to. But this is why we say be circumspect, go out, do your shopping. That one scripture, since I was already in there, yeah, these chicks is going wild, man. She was probably trying to sneak off. That motherfucker probably caught wind of that shit, like, oh, bitch, straight. All right. So, and it's not saying where the fuck where is she at? Did he, he probably, shit, fucking handcuff that bitch. Like, I'll be back in 3 days. I'm going to handle this and I'll be back, bitch. Ecclesiasticus 32:11, rise up, be time, and be not the last, but get thee home without delay. And this is why we tell you, hey, look, stay away from Esau, the so-called white man. He has the power to kill. When you have to go out into these communities, because you may have to go into their cities to hit the Walmarts, Targets or whatever, because we, like I said, it's, a lot of food deserts in our areas, at least as far as where I live, and generally we have to, because, Esau got the good services. So generally we would have to travel to go and do banking, whatever, you may have to do. But go do that shit early, man, to get to the crib, because you don't want to be caught and out and about and involved if you run across a motherfucker like this right here. What is dude at again? Let's get another photo of him. A motherfucker like this right here. 21 years old. I'm willing to bet you he went out and voted for Trump. Trump might pardon him too. Look at this guy. I would like to see this chick though. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if, like I said again, if it's any more shit that comes up on this. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me see. Let's do a Google search on a web search on this guy. Let's see if something else comes up. Cause I would really love this. Shit is retarded, bro. This nigga burned down. Hey, and you can clearly see, this is man, they probably lived in a really, I'm telling you, really nice neighborhood, because they had to have oh no, they don't have nothing right off. They probably was just out there living, you know what I'm saying? And nothing ever happens in our neighborhood. And because how the fuck did this guy get in the house? She did say she heard some strange noises. She didn't say that she heard some, a window breaking or who knows though, man. That's probably that's my son. Crazy, bro. Let me see. If it's we not tripping. I ain't ever tripping on nothing like this. And I say Esau rock out, man. Let me get one more too. I say Esau rock out because, what does that scripture say? Matter of fact, I gotta go to it now. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come. What day? The coming of the Lord, Yahushua, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And that man of sin, the son of perdition, is Esau Edom, the so-called white man, and he's the progenitor of the so-called white race. See, these people been pushing out here that, there's some red guy underground with a pitchfork, and he's just torturing everybody, around this lake of fire. No, this is talking about an actual man, the progenitor of this man's race, man. These are Edomites. They're the ones that's doing the most wickedest, heinous shit in the world, man. But they'll put you Negroes on the news like you're the mascot of crime, when you can't commit the type of crimes these people commit ever. We can never catch up to them, because for us to catch up with them, we would have to go and conquer a whole nation, kill off a whole race of people damn near, put that people on a reservation, and then go to another continent, enslave a whole bunch of motherfuckers, a whole nother nation, pack them on ships, hang them, do all kinds. No, we are on no level as far as crimes when it comes to the so-called white race. You're not going to get there. You would need damn near 1,000 years to catch up to this guy and his crimes, man. He's that person. And let me get one more, too. This one comes to mind as well. Because Esau crashing out all over the world, man. These damn Edomites, these EU, they call them Europeans. They calling themselves Caucasians. No, these people are Edomites. Ecclesiasticus 25:7, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy. And the 10th I will utter with my tongue, a man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And this is what we're witnessing. This right here is watching the fall of your enemy. Look at this guy. He stood there and took that motherfucking mugshot with pride. He probably packed some sandwiches and shit, in an igloo. Then again, he probably just drove straight there, man. He probably didn't take no bathroom breaks or nothing. He probably just drove straight there. Because there's got to be some more information as to, like, how did he find out, did he strangle the bitch out and make her give up the information? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, they not giving up no info on her. But guess what? I'm willing to bet you that this guy in Pennsylvania had no idea that she had a man. That's just me speaking as a man, because that's the American way. These chicks is out here bugging the fuck out, and they nasty, and they doing whatever they want to do, and it's just, again, man, you brothers, don't get pissed with these chicks, man, to the point where you crash out and do something silly, man, and you go to jail. Because guess what? This guy going to jail. And you know what she going to be doing? She going to really meet up with this guy. Or if this guy got some sense, he'll be like, bitch, never come around me. And he should be suing her. You know what I'm saying? But in the meanwhile, that bitch still going to get with somebody else while this clown is in jail. Or she could be stupid enough to say, you know what, that's my man. I love you, baby. I love you. I love you. I love you. And go and deal with this motherfucker while he live out his term in prison. So that this is the world that you're living in. And these Edomites done fell off real bad. They are not doing well. They're not thinking well. They're not using wisdom. They're actually just, it's it's not going well for them, man. And it's all a breakdown from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So I'm going to end out there. I pray that the lesson was edifying with that. Kwam Yasha'Allah and a Baba Boy.